What's up, guys? It's Patricia from tarantulaheaven.com. We've got Miss Spidey, my G Rosea, right here, taking a little rest. And today I wanted to talk to you about a really cool post that I saw in the Tarantula Collective Facebook group about husbandry and hobbyists. And it made me think. I've spoken a lot about how tiny my tarantula collection is. If you are new to this channel, I have one tarantula. And I had two at one point, but I had an Arizona blonde sling in addition to my G Rosea over here. And that little sling's name was Blinky, and Blinky recently passed a few weeks ago. So now I'm back to one, and I intend to keep my collection tiny. At least it has been for at least 8 years, and for the foreseeable future, just because right now I don't feel like I have the room, the space, or the time to expand my collection, or really the desire. I really enjoy just having one to give my love and attention to in time. But I recently read a post about husbandry and more geared towards people who have like 25 plus tarantulas. And I thought it was so cool and so interesting, so I want to share it with you. I'm going to bring my computer in so that I can read it to you because it's a little long. And I'm not on checking the tarantula Facebook groups as often as I used to, but every now and then Facebook shows me something and I actually like it, because usually Facebook shows me a lot of stuff that I really don't care about. But in this case, I will say good job, Facebook, at showing me something I wanted to see. So this was done, came up in the Tarantula Collective Facebook group, and the poster is Bill Stokesbury. And he made this post in response to maybe a friend who was asking him, why does it take you 3 hours to feed your spiders? You only have 50. Only 50. Like, that to me, that's a huge collection. But I know some people have so much. And this is what he wrote. He said, because I'm a hobbyist, I love feeding day. Each spider gets fed individually. I have 4 different feeders I pick from to feed each spider depending on its needs. Does it need more hydration? Is it a bit skinny from molting, etc.? I check each enclosure to see how moist the substrate is. Does it need more or less? I take pics as opportunity allows. And this is what I felt was so beautiful. This isn't an assembly line. I love what I do and I take my time doing it. This is not to say my way is better, but it's my way. And I really love that. It really reminded me of something that Richard Stewart had said quite a while ago when I interviewed him for my Tarantula magazine. And he had talked about tarantula keeping being a very meditative activity for him. And I completely agree. I think that my needs are just on a much smaller scale of what I need this hobby to do for me in my life. And it really made me think, what a wonderful thing for those who have larger collections. I mean, even just having 10 tarantulas to me is a very large collection, and I really do have profound respect. I have often wondered how people with large collections manage it, because for me, one, I don't have the desire, but I also don't feel like I have the time or the mental space to give a larger collection. And I've often wondered, how do keepers of larger collections manage this? And, you know, maybe the truth is that they don't really manage it. It's just, they love it. I mean, of course they manage it with their schedule and stuff like that, but it's actually really in the process and the enjoyment of each individual spider. And I just thought it was really beautiful. Because I know that this hobby can be very addictive. It's very easy to go from 3 tarantulas to 20 tarantulas, especially if you're buying slings. And I can see how that would quickly turn into, if you're getting too deep and you've gone like head first and you've bit off more than you can chew, that could turn into an assembly line type of thing where you're just trying to get everything done. But I think for some people who have large collections, they actually really do relish in every moment. And I know we all have different lives, different scenarios, different spaces, and different styles and ways that our life has to work for us. It could be that some weeks you don't have enough time to do your whole 5-hour routine with your spiders. Maybe sometimes you're really busy. You've got a really busy month, and you've got to do the assembly line thing, or you've got to do the minimum. But I do think that for the people who really enjoy it, it's just really sweet to know that those perspectives exist. And I think that a lot of tarantula owners have that. And I'd love to hear your opinions on that. It's just that I wasn't aware of it because that's not my experience. That's not something that I have had the knowledge about. And so I just thought it was really cool. It really does put into perspective, like, a lot of people in the tarantula hobby do criticize people for getting hundreds of tarantulas or 50 tarantulas. And if that is part of like your self-care, or if that is part of just the way you love living your life, taking care of your animals individually and as a group, I think that that's really, really beautiful. And I think that he so well put into words what he feels for his 50 spiders, what I feel for my one spider. And I cannot even imagine doing that for 50 spiders, but I know that so many of you do. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you guys have large collections, do you agree with that? Like, is that how you feel? Because I never really considered that beautiful perspective. To me, it looked like a lot of work that I knew I didn't have the energy or the time for. But I can see that that could actually be very fulfilling and life-giving if you are able to give that much attention to it. So I would love to know your thoughts, and please check out the Tarantula Collective group if you don't already. That poster, Bill, he actually posts a lot of really interesting things. I've definitely seen him posting and around the groups. So check out the group. It is a wonderful, moderated group, and so many great people in there. And I hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. I will see you next week for Tarantula Tuesday.